All right, so welcome to our day 4 of fasting. This is me, Nick, and my dad, Max. And so we are in the middle of day 4, and I'm doing every other day because there's not much to account for. So, what's there to account for today? Any new things that you noticed? Any improvements?
Well, one thing that I noticed since this morning, my sinuses have been open. I'm breathing through both nostrils, and most of the time I breathe on one side or the other. And I noticed just now that both are fully open. This morning, one was like half open and the other was fully open, and that's a pretty big change for me, because normally I don't think people realize they usually breathe out of just one side of their nose, and when you're healthy you breathe out of both, it opens up and you're getting maximum air intake for every breath that you take.
You know what's interesting about that? I noticed that when something's wrong in my body, my nose will clog up.
Yeah.
And I'll notice as a sign of healing that my nose will unclog. And, I've done massage therapy and energy healing on people. And one thing that I notice, which I don't know if this has anything to do with our own body, but when I work on someone and actually am able to heal something for them, my nose will unclog. Even though it's not clogged, it'll just, all of a sudden it'll get really clear and I'll be like, oh, okay, did that work? Yeah, oh yeah, it worked, okay.
And really that's the healing energy that's passing through you into them, so it's working on you as well.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think nose clearing is a general universal sign of healing.
Yeah, it's like when I was going to Dr. Burns, and he'd work on me. At the end of the session, I go, "Oh, I can breathe through both my nostrils. Well, both my nostrils are open."
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Yeah, we started off with improvements, but has there been anything that you've noticed from this going into day 4 that has been difficult?
I haven't had really many difficulties. I thought I was going to be weaker, and actually, in some ways, I'm a little stronger than I was before, especially my knees. I have bad knees, and it's been difficult for me to walk. I use a walker, but I was noticing earlier when I walked out to go to the bathroom, my stride is strong, my knees are stable, I'm not halting to take my steps. It was an even flow of walking. So all I can say is I'm improving at this point. And this is only day 4, so I can only imagine what's in store. I mean, probably I will get to a point where I'm a little weaker, because my weight has gone down and probably will continue to do so. But I guess I'm using fat reserve, and I don't have a whole lot of that, but
Enough?
enough, at least for now, to sustain me. So
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, what's one thing that you're excited about for this fast, doing 21 days?
well, I guess seeing how my knees have improved since day 1 of this fast. If they continue on this, I really feel like by the end of the fast, I won't need the walker.
I agree.
I mean, I'm amazed at how much progress there has been in just 4 days with my knees. And that's my main issue. I do have arthritis, and my right hand, my ring finger and pinky finger were locking up before the fast, and I can feel a little click in there, but I couldn't do that. It was catching right there, and then when I couldn't open my fingers without really exerting force. And you can see, I can open and close my hand.
Is that not you're normally not able to really close it or open it? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, about the week leading up to the fast, this hand was really getting crippled, and my fingers are still pushed over. That's part of the arthritis, but the way things are going, I expect them to straighten out as well. My left hand has never been quite as bad. The two middle fingers don't close all the way down, and you can see my knuckles are kind of big, but this hand has been more flexible. And one other thing, my thumb used to stop about right here, and now I can bring it clear down to here.
Okay.
So I'm gaining mobility in my right hand.
Since the fast or before the?
My thumb started before the fast.
Okay.
But the main thing right now has been these two fingers. I've gained them back and able to open and close my hand without pain, because that was also painful when it would catch.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see improvement in your hands. I'm excited to see you have full mobility and able to completely open it this way.
Yeah, I can't quite do that.
I feel like you will be able to soon.
This one's pretty straight, but this one's still kind of bent.
Yeah, and can you open like this way? Not very well.
Not very well. My left hand, is, you can see, is much better.
I feel like maybe you will during this fast. And the other thing I'm excited about is to see you be able to walk again. And I've been fasting for many. You've been fasting for many years, but doing the longest I've done is 10-day, and then I was not focused on the fast during that time. I was working the whole time, and the second longest one I did was a 7-day, which I was very focused on the fast, even though I was working, and I had the best results during that fast. But I've been studying up on doing the 21 or longer day fast, and the benefits are unreal. And as long as you're drinking the amount of water that's necessary. And I'm really excited for both of us because, being coached by Lauren Lockman, who has so much experience in this. If you guys look at his YouTube, I'll probably put a link to it in this. The amount of people that he's fasted and the amount of testimonies, like hundreds and hundreds of testimonies of people who have overcome everything. Yeah, anything you can name, they've overcome. So arthritis is definitely something that can be overcome, and it might take more than 21 days, but I'm sure within 21 days there will be great improvement. Are you nervous about going 21 days?
No, I'm excited about it, actually. I'm looking forward to these next couple of weeks. What is it going to bring me? And like I say, so far I haven't had any real ill effects. One thing is I do need to increase my water intake. I can only imagine what that's going to bring when I get up to 4 liters a day. which is a little over a gallon a day. I know that sounds like a lot, but when that's all you're taking in, it isn't that much.
I mean, yesterday I did 6 liters.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was
amazing.
It was just because every moment, like the focus on this fast is to focus on resting and drinking water. Remember that sponge in that I talked about in the last video, the gunk in our small intestine is what we're trying to rehydrate, and the only way to rehydrate that is to just douse it with water consistently. So that is one of the things I'm really excited about too. Well, I truly feel like I have, a lot of that in my gut. All those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches growing up are just hanging out there. They were delicious, but one thing Lauren was saying that, there was never a time when he ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that he didn't have to wash it down with water. And that I remember as a kid always eating and drinking at the same time. And that was the reason, because the food is void of water, and it's so dry. So the dry food is what's going to get stuck in the small intestine, and the food that has the most water content is the stuff that's going to go right through the water to the small intestine like it's supposed to. High fiber, high water, and that stuff travels through those churns and doesn't get stuck on the little villi or whatever's in there. Yeah. So, any final thoughts for this video?
No.
Okay. Do your knees and feet seem to be swelling still?
Yeah, I've had swelling in my legs from the knees down, and actually I think this is part of the reason that my knees are functioning better, is that the excess water in the knee is reducing. And actually, one of the things is when I get in bed at night and I pull my legs up onto the bed, it's been very painful, and the last 2 nights it hasn't been very painful to get my knees up there, and they're in a bent position, and suspending the leg with the weight of the lower, my shin and foot on the knee is what causes the pain, because there's too much fluid in there. And I think that's what's happening. That fluid is draining out, and I should be getting more flexibility, but the big factor is it's not as painful, and I also believe that's why I'm walking better.
So you were in pain when you were walking before, or just in general?
Not constant pain, no. When I try to, like if I tried to bend my knees when I'm walking, that would be painful. And my right knee in particular, if I tried to bend it even a little while I was walking, it just said, no, you're not going to do that. My left knee, I could get a little bit of a bend in it as I was walking, but not much. Not like a normal walking stride.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's great to hear. That's nice little progress. So, thank you for watching. And then day 6 is coming up soon. So stay tuned.